Hello Danish learner, welcome to Danish Matters channel. I am Tina Baga, your Danish friend and tutor. Today we're going to talk about Danish pronunciation. If you're a member of my Facebook group, also called Danish Matters, then you'll know that we had a Friday challenge last Friday, which we usually have, and this time it was about the most difficult words for the members of the group to pronounce in Danish. I've decided, because I got a lot of different comments, so I've decided to make a whole little series of videos about Danish pronunciation from your words, your comments. As I can't know why exactly you struggle with the words that you've commented, I've decided that today is going to be about only 4 words, so a little mix of words, but the other videos are going to be more theme-based, so about more specific sounds. Before we get started, I want to inform you that if you want to take the next step with your Danish pronunciation and you want my help, I take in more students in late August, and this time I have an early bird prize. So see all the information in the description below. Danish pronunciation. Let's get started. So the first word that we are going to talk about today is anbringender. And anbringender is a legal term, a legal term, and it means something about a certain claim. But again, I'm not a lawyer, so you'll have to ask one that is. But I'm going to talk about the pronunciation of this word. So the word is spelled Anbringender. This word has 4 syllables. En, bring, un, a. And now we're going to talk about them. So the first syllable is en with a flat A. En with a flat A, so we also have open A's in Danish, but this one is flat, yeah? En. Then there is BRNG. Now, I don't know if you've come across the term vokalsænkning, meaning literally vowel sinking. It means that if you know the vowels and their different colons that they're divided into, then you will know that some vowels, they go deeper into sort of the table of vowels, or the colons of vowels, because they differ from the sounds that the letters in the Danish alphabet, they indicate. So when you have this BRNG, normally an I in Danish would be E, and the sound would also be E, but here there is vokalsænkning, and then it turns into sort of more like an A kind of sound. So it becomes more like bring and not bring, had it been originally according to the alphabet. So here is bring. So now we have en bring. Note that we don't say the G, yeah? Then the penultimate, the second last syllable is den, which is pronounced only en. En bring en. So the D here is not pronounced. Often Ds are not pronounced when they're together with an N, an R, or an L. And I'll get back to this in another video, yeah? But for now, this is just what you need to know. Then the last syllable is ER, pronounced O. Yeah, and this is actually a very important ending, because this ending is in both verbs and nouns. So take, for example, verbs like snakker, spiser, siger, all of those ending on ER in the present tense, yeah? We also have this ending in nouns, like for example, frakker, and I have them written down just by examples. It could be anything, yeah, but I have some written down. Mobiler, bøger. A lot of nouns end on ER in the plural indefinite form, yeah? So this is the sound. And there you go. Let's put those together. En bring en a. Anbringende. I hope this helped for this word. Anbringende. Yeah. The next one is Oshel. Now, Oshel is it's an area in the northern part of Zealand, or western northern part of Zealand. It has 3 syllables. First off, the first D is soft, and that means it becomes os. So note that the tongue needs to be down in your mouth, like that. You might want to exaggerate when practicing, like that. So look at me in profile. Os, hell, yeah. It's also with an open O, so it's os, yeah. Almost like O, but it's not. It's just very open O, opened O, yeah. And then the syllable H-E-R, that is H-E-R. Here you talk about, again, vowel syncing, vocal syncing. The E becomes more E, her, almost like Mr., which we don't use much in Danish, but anyhow, her, yeah. And then we have the last one, R-E-D, and we don't actually say the 2 R's as 2 R's, so it's just O, E-D, yeah, more like a sound like that, only with E-D. And this last syllable also has a soft D, by the way, yeah, that you might have seen that or heard that. So it's more like O at the end, yeah. So together, these sounds make os, her, O. Os, her, O, yeah. Os, her. Try and say it fast. I hope this helped with this word. The next one is overfladisk, which means superficial. It has 4 syllables. Overfladisk. Yeah. So first one is actually just OV. O. And note that the V becomes more like a U sound. O. And then the famous ER that we had from our last word. This is also an although not an ending. O, wa, o, wa. And they sort of slide together, yeah? O, wa. So now we have those 2, o, wa. And then we have FLA. I think we'll actually say FLAT, which is a soft D, and it's a flat A. Overflad. Flat means flat, actually. Overflad. Also with the D, the soft D in the lower part of the mouth, and then isk, yeah? So if you put those together, you get overfladisk. 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 Yeah, I hope you got something out of this. Member who has commented on this one. The last one that we're going to go through is the famous vejr, which means the weather, yeah, the famous Danish weather. One that a lot of people struggle with. Now, I would recommend that you start with the indefinite form first, vejr. Never mind the R, yeah? Just say vejr. Don't say the R. Yeah, don't pronounce it as an isolated sound. And then add the ending, which makes a soft D. And I'll get back to that in the video about the Ds, yeah? The ET here, that make the indefinite form, is actually a soft D sound. Doesn't look like it in the writing, but it is in the sound. They all. So the ET at the end is a soft D sound. Oh. And you put them together and they become, just like I said, they all. Yeah. So I would usually tell my students to photograph this word look at it, look at the spelling, look at the writing with your eyes, photograph it, and then maybe you should try and do it now. Photograph it and then just turn away from the video here. Photograph the word, write it down perhaps, and then just hear me say it. Look at the word and I'll say veal. So just look at it, photograph it, you have an image, and that image says veal. Yeah, that's a way to go about it. I hope that helped. Yeah. That was the last word in this video. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you want to subscribe, hit the bell. And I'll see you in the next videos about more pronunciation from Danish Matters and me, your Danish friend and tutor. And I only got left to say, happy Danish learning!